well, at least we gave it a go. Although apparently the second goal shouldn't have stood through a controversial decision. Imagine my shock. At least we gave it a go, I suppose. I saw someone on Twitter, I'm not going to mention them just to be respectful towards them, saying that the question if people were happy with that performance. And that to me implies the performance was bad, which I disagree with. I thought the performance was all right. I thought we at least did give it a go. I think you can definitely tell why Sheffield United are second when you look at some of the physicality they've got in their team. And obviously that's where we have tended to struggle. I'd like to hope Luton won't resort to that, but you never know. But nevertheless, well done to Sheffield United. I think that's 6 points ahead of Borough you are now. So we'll do it like this. 6 points ahead of Middlesbrough now, I think it is. So huge win for you, fair enough. Right, I'm going to try as hard as possible not to talk about referees. Not because I think they shouldn't be criticised, because I'm getting quite sick of the implication that it's an offence these days to criticise officials. But all I'm going to say is this. A lot of people on social media and even the Sky commentators apparently were saying the second Sheffield United goal shouldn't have stood. If you're Sheffield United, of course you're going to take it. Absolutely. And fair enough, so you should. It's not your problem. But all I'm going to say is I've mentioned referees after the home wins, not losses, wins against Wigan and Blackburn, and I criticised the referee after beating Norwich. So don't anyone come at me with this, you're just sour grapes because you've lost, because I'm getting really sick of that now. If you don't want to criticise officials, that's fine. That is absolutely your prerogative. And you're right. Sunderland's performances shouldn't be not criticised because officials are, to put it blunt, not very good. But, it's going off. But seriously though, right. The more decisions like this go on, the more decisions like this carry on happening, the worse the abuse is going to get, rightly or wrongly. We don't condone abuse, obviously. But in a world where mental health is a massive thing now, and rightly so, officials' mental health are going to get much worse. And unfortunately, it's going to take the worst, some of them doing the absolute worst possible thing to themselves before something finally gets done about it. So for their sake, as much as anyone else's, something has got to change. Because this one way or another cannot be allowed to continue. It's a joke. And I know people say, why complain about it? Nothing's going to change. Well, with that attitude, nothing's definitely going to change. For me, you've got to keep mentioning it because you've got to keep it in the limelight and put pressure to try and do something about it. Is the EFL going to watch this video? No, probably not. But it doesn't mean you can't mention it. Keep mentioning it. For their sake as much as anybody else's, things will get worse if something isn't done about it. Right, on to the game. The only annoyance I had, obviously I hate losing from winning positions. I can't stand it. And if the second goal was controversial, then I can't really criticise Sunderland in that sense, even though giving the free kick away was in the first place was pretty silly. I will admit that. The first goal, nothing on the officials. That's all on Sunderland for me. McAtee had far too much ease in which to score the first goal, and he shouldn't have found it that easy. He was able to walk through our defence, and it was a bad time to give a goal away. It's a funny one because in patches Sheffield United were the better side. I would say if you had to pick a team who was better, it probably would have been Sheffield United. But I thought we deserved a draw out of that personally. Make of that what you want to. We did at least give it a go, but playoffs slipping away, I suppose. And for me, playoffs was never going to happen this season anyway. But yeah, I just think we're kind of just going, well, not say going through the motions, that's harsh to be fair. We're kind of like, we've got 9 games, and we're kind of just going through the rest of the season at this point. Just get through Saturday, because I think after that you've got 2 weeks, and then you've got the final stretch of games till the end of the season. Luton, obviously, on Saturday have the best away record in the league, I think. So it's obviously going to be tricky, but, I'd like to think we should be good enough to get something off them, but we'll see. But again, to Sheffield United, fair play to you. Good numbers, good support on a Wednesday night. And you obviously go back home with 3 points. You're not going to complain about that, and why should you? But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm just kind of, you guys know my opinions on officials. I'm getting bored of being annoyed, but you've got to keep mentioning it. By not mentioning it, for me, you're accepting this standard of referees, in my opinion. As far as I'm concerned, something has to be done, but I've said that enough times. Anyway, guys, if you hit the like and subscribe button, that would mean a lot, because last time I checked the analytics, 58% of people who watch aren't subscribed. So if you could hit that subscribe button, if you think I've earned it from you, that would be massively appreciated. And I'll see you on Saturday for the Luton game. Safe trip back to all the Sheff United fans. And yeah, we'll see where the rest of the season takes us. See you on Saturday.